of Urbana High School's Oscar Adams Gymnasium, one of the best crowds in recent memory on tap to watch Urbana High School's season opener against crosstown rival Champaign Central. Hello everybody, I am Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. Miller, it's great to have you with me for another season of Tigers basketball. Certainly a lot of changes to go over as we approach tip-off. Let's start with the new coach for Urbana, Verdell Jones.
Great hire for Urbana. He's well-known around the Champaign-Urbana area and across Illinois and across the country. I think he'll help in a big way, and I'm excited to see the new brand of Tigers basketball tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited too. He replaces Vashon Russell. Coach Russell, longtime coach at Urbana High School, replaced by Verdell Jones. Now, Coach Jones has brought a number of new faces with him. You know, you look at Damian Davis, Brian Thomas, Davion Ware, Cologeno Dawson, to name a few. And this team is much improved, so they say, from last year's team. How do you see it?
I mean, the record shows it already. We're already 2-2. Last year we only had 3 wins all season.
Yeah.
And then they went 2-1 in the Quincy tournament, where they went 0-4 last year. That's a huge improvement. It doesn't matter the quality of teams, just getting the wins is all we care about.
Right. I believe we had 4 wins last year, but who's counting?
4.
Yeah, who's counting? Now you look at Central. In my opinion, Champaign Central is a state contender this year. They've got Tim Finke, obviously a man who needs no introduction, one of the most heavily recruited prospects in the state of Illinois, and they've got a number of faces to support Tim. You look, I believe, I blank on the name, Doug Wallen. He's a senior. He transferred from STM this year. He's going to replace Nick Finke. How do you see Central tonight?
I see them as a great shooting team, Joey, and they're very versatile. They're long, they're athletic, and they're versatile on the defensive and offensive end. So I think the key for the Tigers will be stopping them and making them take bad shots.
Right. A great crowd on tap in Urbana tonight. We will pause as public address announcer Kevin Bookie handles the starting lineups and introduction, and the Tiger Pep Band handles the national anthem. Performs, I should say. Great job by the Tiger Pep Band handling the net, performing the national anthem tonight. I'm not sure why I stuck on handling. They did a nice job performing the anthem as we get set for the lineups. Bailey D will be a starter for the Maroons of Central. Jake Beasley is a starter as well. Looks like we'll see a lot of football players in the lineup for the Maroons. Akeon Gill, another starter, 6'2" junior. Tim Finke, of course, a starter, not much question there. And Doug Wallen, we mentioned him earlier, transfers from STM this year. Get ready. Here come the Tigers. Tigers on a new bench this year. They're on the left side of the gymnasium as opposed to the right side. the side that they've inhabited for many years prior. As the lights go out, we're ready for the Tiger lineup. Starting five for Urbana: Cologno Dawson, Jamon Carter-Grady, Devon Shaw, Mystical Suggs, Brian Thomas. We will not see Kamari Ray Davis tonight. That's big for the Tigers. No Kamari.
Great scoring option off the bench. And I also noticed that Chris Dixon is not starting tonight for the Tigers. Replaced by Jamon Carter-Grady.
But we'll bring him off the bench, I'm sure. The Oscar Adams Gymnasium, if it was a city tonight, would be about the 875th largest city in the state of Illinois. For the viewers at home, we invite you to pop some popcorn, open a cold beverage, and enjoy. We're underway in Urbana. The tip-off goes to Central. Tim Finke will pass it to Bailey D.
And Brian Thomas, who's matched up on Tim Finke, has got to play huge defense tonight.
He does.
He's on one of the best prospects in the nation.
Well, Tim Finke being recruited, Illinois, DePaul, this is in no particular order. Is the shot no good for Central? Illinois, DePaul, Creighton, Vanderbilt. Tim Finke is the man in Champaign, Urbana, no doubt. And it's Suggs, Mystical Suggs, with the senior driving in. He will not, he gets his own board, and that's no good as well. The board will go to
nice effort
Doug
by
Wallen.
Suggs. I think you got to use the backboard there. That's why it's there, but good effort by the Tigers on their first possession. Got to get a box out here.
Central for three, no good. It's Suggs the board. Passes it up. This is Devon Shaw. Now Cologno Dawson for three. His first three is a Tigers, no good. And Central grabs the board. It's Akeon Gill going the other way. Finke in the corner for three. He can knock him down. Can't get that one. Board to D, but he lost it. And Dawson gets on the floor, gets the steal, and Dawson will take it up. Now passes to Brian Thomas. Fast-paced game of basketball we're seeing so far. Thomas, number 22, to Suggs for three, and he got it! The Tigers on the board first. A big basket against a team as good as Central.
Mystical is going to be huge tonight. If he can knock those down, I think the Tigers are going to have a great chance to pull an upset here tonight. Everyone's got to be on their game.
Oh, yeah. No, Central, as I mentioned, in my opinion, a legitimate contender for the state championship. Obviously, you don't want to say that, as Central knocks down a three of their own, Akeon Gill the three. They are the best team in the area, in my opinion. So, if we can get a win tonight, it would be big for the Tigers program.
Nice shot by Gill on the other end there for Central. Yep. Central's taken a lot of threes so far, and I think that's playing to their strengths, but you don't want to have to rely on that. So if the Tigers can force them into contested threes, I think they'll be successful.
Jamon Carter-Grady lost the ball. It went out of bounds. Yeah, you're not going to win. Usually you're not going to win if you're only taking threes. But I guess Central can knock them down.
Yeah, they got some elite shooters on this team.
They might be the exception to that. Here's Jake Beasley. A lot of these players we saw on the Maroons football team. As Central loses it out of bounds in their own right, it will go to Urbana. Most underrated player on the court right now for either team, in my opinion, Devon Shaw, number 11 for the Tigers. He's a senior. Had a few flashes last year. He's improved his game over the offseason.
He's going to have to be huge. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Offensive on the glass, shooting threes, making plays.
Thomas, a three, and he got it. 3 threes in a row between the two teams to kick off the game. It's 6-3 for the Tigers.
They can knock those down. Like I said, they're gonna be successful tonight. They just got to knock them down and get good looks.
We might be in store for a shootout.
And play some good defense.
Yeah. Got
to have good defense.
Here's Gill to Finke. Finke, a little fadeaway, no good. Rebound, Jamon Carter-Grady. Back to Devonis. Urbana's not a tall team. He's probably the tallest player on the court for Urbana right now. You're right, he's got to be big down low.
Yeah, and Finke's struggling a little bit so far. 0 of 2 so far, I think. Another one for Thomas.
Three, got it! 9-3 for Urbana as the crowd erupts. Some rise to their feet.
Like I said, that's going to be huge tonight.
Wallen.
That's a bad foul. That's a bad foul.
That is a bad foul. Doug Wallen, the shot. We've mentioned him obviously a few times to this point. He'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Devonis.
He had a huge year last year at STM, and I think he's going to be a huge part for this Central team.
I do too. He's replacing Nick Finke.
Yeah. I mean, scoring-wise, yeah, but they don't have this. This kid's a great shooter.
Yeah.
And he could score the ball. Where Finke, Nick Finke was known for his defense because of his long. This kid can score, and I think he can. He's like a 3-and-D guy,
Yeah.
Play some good perimeter defense and knock down the 3-ball.
Nick Finke now at West Point, the Army Black Knights of West Point. I believe he plays for them on a basketball scholarship or something like that. And I know Wallen's being looked at in his own right. This is Devonis for 3. It's no good. Cologino Dawson the rebound.
I think you got to find a way to get Brian open. He's hit 2 in a row. I think you got to find a way to get him open.
He's got the hot hand. I want to point out that was Cologino, the rebound. He's the smallest guy on the court. He's not going to get a lot of those, but it went right to him.
He's a great player, Joey.
Oh, yeah.
True point guard. He's a great player. Great facilitator, great leader on the court.
Transferred from Central, didn't he, or Centennial?
Yeah, Central.
Central. Okay, so that's a storyline.
Yeah.
I thought he had transferred from Central, but I wasn't sure.
Keanu Duke on the bench. He's also another transfer from Central.
It's Suggs. Got it. And the Tigers up 7 points early on. Had to check.
We can knock those shots. Here comes Chris Dixon. He's going to be huge tonight. We can knock shots down. Like I said, I'm getting a little repetitive here, but
it's fine. When we get a dead ball, and Chris comes in, this crowd's going crazy. Because Chris is widely considered to be one of the best players in the school. And we'll see him come in momentarily as we get another foul.
Josiah Fain's going to come in. He's had a great start to the season so far. A couple of 28 and 27-point games up in Quincy.
Yep.
He's a great scorer.
Josiah Fain comes in with Chris. Now, Josiah had, I believe, 28 in a game in Quincy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'll be big. Finke for 3, he got it. You don't want to count Tim out for long, and he proves it there.
Can't leave him open. That's just one of those. Now he's probably going to get locked in. Now you can't leave him open like that.
Here's Cologino setting things up, finds Josiah.
But I think if they limit him to be one of the only ones to score the ball tonight, they're going to be successful because Central's got to have other people score.
Yeah, balanced scoring teams more often than not defeat teams that play through one star. You're right. Chris inside, can't get the basket, his own board. He got it. That is why Chris is such a. You got to watch him.
He's a great player. Even though his height's not there, he doesn't need the height. He's so physical and he's so just driven. Yeah. He's a great player.
This is Bailey D finds Gill. Gill, his second 3 of the night, cuts the lead to 3. Suggs pulls up. Did he get it? No, he didn't. That was a risky shot.
That's a bad shot.
It was a terrible look, but he almost got it to go. But almost only counts.
That's the second time a pass has hit the backboard for Central. But
yeah, the first time it happened, I didn't see it fully. I thought it was a shot.
That's a better shot.
Yeah, but the thing with Suggs is I think that first shot might have messed with him a little bit.
Yeah.
So
those are the shots Coach Riddell's trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Those contested transition threes that you can get anytime. He's just trying to get rid of those because those are bad shots.
Alley-oop, Tim can't get it. He gets his own board and gets that one. Tim Finke won the dunk contest Central had at their Maroon Madness night, which is their equivalent of the Tiger preview. So, I mean, he can get up there.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a highlight reel if he would have been able to finish that one.
I was telling a friend earlier, the dunk at the high school level is one of the most dangerous plays because it gets the crowd. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's a momentum swing, Joey.
High schoolers love to see dunks.
Yep.
Josiah driving in on Finke. He got it. And the Tigers go back up by 3.
The Tigers got a lot. Everyone on the court right now can score in a multitude of ways, and that's what we needed because last year we didn't have that.
Finke 3 to tie. It's good. We're tied at 15. This first quarter has been a pleasure to watch because we've only had 4 stoppages.
I'm telling you, Joey, this is going to be one of the greatest games in Tiger history.
If we can hold on.
But
knock on wood, because it's early.
Yeah.
Tigers last year were a great first half team. Couldn't really get it figured out in the second half. Josiah 3, big if it goes, doesn't go. And yeah, that's similar to what we saw with Suggs earlier. Finke's going to drive in, finds Gill in the corner for 3. No good. It was off balance. Colosino another rebound.
That was another bad shot.
Colosino pulls up. No, but it was close. But again, doesn't matter if it's close. Looks like Central might hold for the last shot. They throw it away. And Urbana will have 3.5 seconds left to try and do something. It'll go to Jamin Carter will inbound it for Urbana. Carter, a star football player here at Urbana, gets it to Josiah. Josiah, perhaps the clutchest player the Tigers have, finds Jamin, but it's no good. And that takes us to the end of 1, tied at 15.
Great first quarter here, and it's going to be some scoring. The Tigers got to keep up, though. I mean, got to stop taking bad shots and get some good looks and keep knocking things down.
Yeah.
And Central, they're running their offense through Tim Finke. And he's a great playmaker, and he showed it so far with 5 early points. So we're going to have a good game here tonight, Joey.
Yeah. This is a game where the conditioning you've done over the offseason is going to pay off. Because if this first quarter was any indication, you're going to need it. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire if they keep playing like this.
Yep. Totally agree with you on that, Joey. And the whole community's out here tonight, Joey. This would be a huge win. So many ways for the Tigers.
I was just about to say, I would bet that there are about 500 people here tonight. Would you agree? Maybe.
Oh, more than that.
More than that, you think?
I mean, standing room only. I mean,
that's true. Well, then this is not just the 875th largest city in Illinois. I would put it in the 825 bracket. You don't even know how to respond to that.
No, I don't. I don't know where you're getting that, but that's a bad pass by Carter.
It was. Colosino gets it. Jamin's not a basketball player by trade. Football's his sport. He'll drive in. No, he won't. Finds Colosino. Big 3 if it goes. And he got it. It's 18-15 Urbana. 7:40 to go, second quarter.
See, that's what Colosino can do. I mean, he plays great defense, plays great offense.
He does.
That's a shot you want right there. Maybe contested, but that's a shot you want. And Keanu Dukes checked in for the Tigers.
That was Matt Sherrick, the shot for Central.
That's another shot you want.
Yep.
You just got to get the rebound.
Now, Matt Sherrick, I believe he is the son, excuse me. I don't want to say he's the daughter. He's the son of a teacher at Urbana High School. Mrs. Sherrick, I'm not sure of her first name off the top of my head. I'm talking about Matt Sherrick, number 30.
Spelled differently.
Is it?
Not related.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
But one of her sons did go to Central. My apologies.
Oh.
Terrible. As our computer...
Stephen Thompson can be heard in the...
You guys gotta wake up.
Okay, Stephen. That's...
Keanu Duke tried to take the charge. That's a good play. I mean...
As all of the eyes in the gym go to us, because Steven's not happy about that.
Steven's got to focus on that computer, man.
Steven's very
and
passionate.
it was an and one, so that's huge for Central.
It is. They now have a 1-point lead. It's 19-18. Make it 20-18. And the Tigers will go back at it.
And Kolozhno is one of those guys that he's going to stay in the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that
kind of guy.
Yeah.
Halftime is his break.
Those timeouts.
Yeah. That Sherrick thing's going to mess with me. I got to find my groove back. Broadcasting a game's no different than playing. You don't like those mistakes.
No.
That was like a turnover for me. It'll be Chris Dixon inbounding the ball for Urbana.
No, it's 18-18 now.
Okay, so.
Scoreboard error, maybe?
Yep. Not our fault.
Oh, that was a nice deflection.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was an and one. Here is, nice move from Dawson. He's not going to get that one. He almost did.
Almost. Kolozhno would have kept his footing. That bat probably would have gone in, I would think. But
Finke driving. Good defense from Keanu Duke. A three from Central is good, however. Walker Stillman, Central's quarterback in football, knocks down the three.
Central's got a lot of football players on this team, and that shows they have lots of great athletes. And Urbana has some of them, too, I mean.
Yeah. A turnover forced by Stillman. Stillman with a spin move finds D, and D, another football player, lays it in. Central, their largest lead of the night, leads by 5.
Urbana's got to settle down now and get a good shot here. Don't need to rush.
Right.
Just turn it over. Don't need to rush. Get a good shot.
If you're Central, this is when you start looking and trying to make Urbana play your pace. Urbana's got to play Tiger basketball right now. It's Stillman the ball at the eye of the Tiger. Alley-oop to Tim, never had a chance.
Nice defense by Dawson. That's great. Kolozhno, that's great help.
Yep. Looks like they're going to say Kolozhno stepped out, and that's the right call. He did. Stillman will inbound it for Urbana. 5:54 left, second quarter. It's Finke. That's effective. He's tall enough to make that work. And a 7-point lead for the Maroons. If I don't score here and I'm Coach V, I take a timeout. I don't know what his style is, but if I was on the sidelines, I'd take a timeout here. But Phil Jackson would never call a timeout in a situation like this either, so what happens is not necessarily the right or the wrong move. Dixon saved it. It was going to be a backcourt violation. Finger roll falls short. Central going the other way. It's Gill, almost gets fouled. He gets the basket, no foul. And Urbana will call a timeout, down 9, 27-18, 5:15 left, second quarter.
This is not good for Urbana. This is a huge run by Central. And it's going to take some digging to get out of, Joey.
It will.
And it's the turnovers. Just like in the JV game, turnovers will kill you, Joey. And
right.
You don't, in so many ways. Mess with you mentally, physically.
I believe, you guys were with it in the JV game. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, Miller is a member of the JV team. You guys were up for a little bit of that game, and 30 turnovers, I believe you said.
Close to it.
You're never going to win if you turn it over 30 times. 1 out of 100 times you'll win that game.
You have to have some pretty good players on that team, or you're playing a really bad team.
Tipped by Central. It goes out. It's Urbana ball. I want to point out Jeff Finke is the coach of Central. If you follow basketball in the area, that's fairly obvious. I didn't mention it earlier. Wanted to get that out of the way. He's the father of Tim. It's Suggs, and it's a steal for Central. Akeon Gill. Some in the stands wanted a foul. They didn't get the call. Here's Tim, tipped by Kolozhno. Great defense from Dawson. Going all in is Josiah Fain, draws contact, he'll go to the line.
It's a great drive by Josiah. Not only does he get to go to the line, but he got the foul on Tim Finke, and that's a nice play. Great defense by Kolozhno again on the other end.
Yep. Now it's been a pretty clean game so far. That's the first foul on Tim, so he's not in any immediate trouble. Tim, the leading scorer on the court, has 7. First free throw from Josiah, no good.
You got to make free throws.
I believe this is
freebies are going to be huge in this game. And that missed layup by Chris, that's 3 points off the board so far.
This is big. Devonis is coming in, but he's coming in for Brian Thomas. So power replaces power. As Josiah gets the second free throw, it's an 8-point game.
I mean, this team is deep in scoring-wise. Just got to take good shots.
Gill driving in, finds, that's
not good defense.
That's not.
That's Suggs. He just let him get right to the paint, drop off. Nice play, but that's bad defense.
Dawson into Devonis. Devonis lost the ball out on Urbana.
You got to catch that one.
Yeah, it's been a rough quarter for the Tigers, to say the least. Another turnover will give Central the ball. That was Doug Wall on the last basket. This has been probably the fastest paced game I've ever seen here at Urbana High School. This is Gill, another three.
That's not a good, it's not a good shot.
Nope. First really bad look I think we've seen from Central. This is
nice.
Chris getting the basket.
That's it. Chris needs to be a little more aggressive here because no one's gonna stop him. I mean,
nope.
No one's physically capable of stopping him from getting to the basket.
I mean, when he sets his mind to getting to the rim, he's gonna get there.
That's not. You got to cut that off. You can't let him get in the paint. It's hard to do sometimes, but it's got to happen.
Chris
Against Central.
Josiah.
Can't let him get good looks like that, and that's not a good pass.
Colosino right there. Colosino knows that you don't want to let Central get a fast break like that because they're going to dunk it. Josiah no good. Not a good look at all.
Should have kicked it out.
Here we go. It's Gill driving in. Alley-oop. Central slams it home. Bailey D, the board for Central, the dunk. As the Central contingent here goes wild. 12 points. Check that for Central.
Nice pass by Gill. Nice finish by D. Wow, that's an explosive play right there, Jody. Just like you said.
Oh, and Central goes crazy. Urbana calls another timeout. Urbana's got to fix this right here. I mean, they can't let this continue. You can make up 12 points like this, but
that dunk feels like 10 points.
Not to me, but
to me it does.
I mean, they're going to dunk.
I mean, in the momentum part of it, emotional part of it.
Right. I was prepared for. I mean, they're going to dunk that eventually, but
yeah. I mean,
it's I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. But you can make up 12 points to a Central team like this, but you've got to be on it. I mean,
yeah, they've got to get focused now. This is time to start grinding.
Yeah.
As Coach Fidel say, you got to embrace the grind if you want to shine. So
yeah,
they got to grind here for the next 3 minutes. They got to grind.
And then you go into the halftime break with some momentum. You can work things out. But Central doesn't want to lose this game either. You've got to factor in that side of it.
This 3 minutes is gonna tell the story of the game.
Right. No, you're 100% correct. It'll be big. And foul. Doug Wallen went up. Got fouled. Took some time off the clock. He'll go to the line. I should point out when Illinois beat number 1 Indiana a number of years ago, it was a comeback win in the fourth quarter against the number 1 team at the time in the country. So.
And then less time.
Huh?
Less time.
Yeah.
And different circumstances.
Well, I mean.
I know what you're trying to say.
Right. I mean, so they could carry this deficit into the fourth and it wouldn't be over.
I think you got to get it under 10 points.
Yeah, before the half. Last year, I think we were down 9 to Central at the half. But we're better this year, I think. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
This is a good Central team, though. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They beat East St. Louis with Jeremiah Tillman on it, who's committed to Illinois and is top 30 prospect. So,
well, Steven told me that East St. Louis didn't have their starters that game because they were at the football state tournament. So, whether that's true or not, I won't know, but.
That could be, but.
Oh, and a big three from Central.
That's huge.
Urbana down 17. And a foul. It'll be interesting to see because the way Coach V has set this team up, they play a lot faster than they did last year.
Yeah.
A lot faster. Coach Russell was his offensive style much slower. Take your time, run down some clock.
Which didn't really fit what what players we had. I mean,
no.
Our guys like to play fast.
Big three.
Got to knock that down.
Big three for.
And you got to get. And he didn't hustle back, and that.
Ooh, that's Doug Wallen coming in with the putback. 2 minutes to go in the second. Urbana down 19. And it's Dixon the ball at the top. Driving in, is that going to be, that's a charge on Chris. Man.
Central's just winning on all floors, all levels of the game.
They've outscored Urbana, let's see, 25-6 this
They're getting
quarter.
the hustle plays, they're making shots, they're playing good defense. Urbana's got to step it up.
That we do. Looks like Travis Corson, assistant principal at Urbana High School, will come out and clean the floor.
Guys on the bench cannot have their heads down right now. I mean, there's 18 minutes left or so in the game, and you can't have your head down like that. I mean, then we're never going to come back and win. You got to stay positive, and you got to keep grinding. I mean,
deficits like this have been overcome, and I mean, basketball is such an unpredictable sport.
That's a terrible. That's not terrible, but
if you get the steal,
not a good gamble though. I mean,
risk reward if you get the steal there, but
good passing.
Good defense from Colosino. Even though Tim hit that, that was not the fault of the Urbana defense, I don't think. Not down low, it wasn't. Colosino off the backboard, no good. And Central just that quickly going the other way. Wallen got blocked by Thomas.
Nice D by Brian.
Terrible. It's going that way. That's terrible.
And Steven very loud behind us. And he's very loud still.
So, they caught it out of bounds on Brian.
It could have gone either way.
I mean, that's a 50-50 call.
Yeah.
I think you got to give it to the home team, unless he actually. No, but I mean, 50-50. I mean, as a ref, I always thought it went to the home team, unless you actually saw it. Then.
I mean, there's no question Brian blocked it as Suggs stops the bleeding a little bit, goes in and gets a basket. There's no question Brian blocked it, but it was just a question on whether or not it actually hits. Wallen again. Looked like it did, but it was a very fast moving play. And I'm a ref myself. I umpire kickball for the Urbana Park District, so that gives me room to laud and criticize the officials as I see fit. And I'm not going to come after him for that one. Thomas to Dawson. I think he was there. So no three from Colosino. This is Suggs driving in, and he gets it to go. Nice job by Suggs. Mystical Suggs.
Suggs has had a good first half, I think. That's a nice steal by.
Steal from Devonis. Brian Thomas driving in, can't get the dunk, but he gets the layup. I don't think he was ever trying to dunk it.
This is what we need, Joey. This is good. Get another stop, maybe a steal right here. Caught.
Bailey D. The ball finds Finke. Finke a little fadeaway J.
That's a nice shot.
That's just Tim being Tim.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
15 seconds left in the half. Josiah three, and he got it. Josiah Fain knows how to answer the call.
That's a clutch shot by Josiah. That's huge.
Stillman driving in,
Someone's
gets it to
stop
go,
that.
And that'll end the half. So Stillman puts Central back up by 18 as we approach the second half of play. At halftime, we'll see a performance from the eclectic dance team, and I believe the soccer team will be honored for their run to sectionals. But we will take a break. Join us in about 8 minutes for a breakdown of the first half and the second half. Central leads 48-30 at the halftime break. Keep watching Tigers basketball. Tigers down 18 as we approach the second half of play. Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. A quick shout-out to our entire crew. Stephen Thompson is on the computer. Jason Legg is working our camera tonight. Miller, it was a good first quarter for the Tigers, not a good second quarter. What do you see that the Tigers need to do to win this one right now?
They got to play better defense, on-ball defense. They can't keep letting Central penetrate the lane because they're just either shooting it or dumping it off or kicking it out. They're getting good looks. They got 48 points in the first half, and I feel like we just got to make some shots, and stop turning the ball over. Turnovers were a little bit of an issue in the second quarter.
So you're right. We took a lot of bad shots in the first half. We need to fix that. Yeah, we need buckets here. That's the first and foremost solution to the problem. Illinois in action right now, the Fighting Illini men's basketball team. They're playing NC State. Were you able to get a score of that at halftime?
I was not, because I don't really care, but
you're a Wisconsin guy.
My Badgers won by 17, so
right.
So that's one good thing for the night.
No more. Well, it's not over yet here.
Oh no, I was just talking about the JV game. But
that's right.
Hey, varsity still has a chance. I mean, they can't get their heads down. They just got to grind.
I hear you with the JV thing. My day was ruined earlier. I took a few L's in PE badminton. Wasn't fun.
Joey, I'll crush you in badminton.
Oh, no,
it's a little off topic, but yeah. I will.
Today was a step up from yesterday. Yesterday I got whacked in the face with a racket.
Yeah, I'm crushing you in badminton, Joey.
Not by me. It was my partner that.
I'm still crushing you in badminton. All right, back to the game.
Yep.
Nice pass.
And it's no good, in and out. Illinois is up 20-16 to NC State right now. 20 Illinois, 16 NC State.
A little bit of a push there by one of the Central players. No call.
Josiah wanted that, didn't take it.
Don't need to take quick shots. We just need to get a good shot.
Right. Devonis for three off the glass, no good. Yeah, it's too early for Urbana to go to the three ball, especially if Central themselves can hit the three.
Just drive the lane. Do what Central's doing. Drive like that.
Oh, it's
nice
blocked
block
by Finke. Devonis goes up
That's
on
not a
Tim.
good shot.
No good.
Fading away, one-handed. Just kick it out because he got the offensive rebound. I mean, great job by Shaw to get the offensive rebound. Just not a good shot right there.
If I'm Urbana right now, I play through Josiah and Devonis. And Devonis, good defensive fouls called. Devonis last year, I believe, against Normal West. I think it was the home opener last year. He hit, and we did that game. Remember, he hit that layup to force overtime at the end of the fourth. And Josiah himself is no stranger to clutch situations. A buzzer beater in 8th grade against, I think, a Bloomington middle school. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
And a big game for him against that small Catholic school we played last year.
Notre Dame de la Salette.
Yep. He was big in the comeback for the Tigers that night. And
that was a good play by Devonis. I mean, it was a foul, but prevented the easy layup.
It was a good foul.
And it made the ref make a decision, so that's not a... just got to get some of these to go down.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly... You were 100% correct when you said that at halftime. Got to make the shots we take.
Yeah.
Central's not playing perfect basketball right now.
No, not at all. I mean,
not by any stretch.
No. I mean, they're playing good enough to win by 19, but they're not playing great.
No. Not good enough to have put the game away by now. And it's Devonis passing it to Josiah. Josiah looking for his options, gets a screen from Chris, driving in, can't get it to go.
And there's Colossional, the glue guy. Gets all the hustle plays, and he had a good first half. He's not really a scoring guy, but he had a good first half on the defensive and passing the ball. Hustle plays.
I was just thinking it's a catch-22 for Urbana right now, and no, I don't mean a catch Brian Thomas. Urbana can't take threes all the time, but they also can't drive in on this Central team. They haven't been very successful tonight.
I mean, we saw what happened when you take 33s a game last year, and that's a good, nice pass by Dixon.
Yep.
because we relied on the three way too much last year, and especially some of the people shooting them were not shooters.
No.
So
Chris took a lot of threes last year.
Chris did, but he's a much improved shooter from this year. I mean, he can knock that down now.
Yeah.
I still think he needs to be more aggressive. He's sitting at 2 points, I think.
That's correct.
If they're going to make a comeback, he needs to be more aggressive and score some. Just help him out.
Urbana with the trap here. Stillman.
There we go.
And they're going to say it's going to go to Central. But that's what Urbana needs to show more of that.
Yeah.
They were exactly in the right there. Quick look ahead, our next broadcast. More Tigers boys basketball on Friday night. The Tigers take on the Lions of Peoria Central. Coverage starts at 7:30 on the Tigers Media Network. Not sure if I'll be around for that one. Might be heading up to Chicago this weekend, but I know you and Steven and Marcus and the gang will do a fine job if I'm not here. It does look like there's a commitment on the part of the Tigers to improve the defense right now.
Yeah. This is good. This is good defense so far. Good man-to-man denial defense so far. Making Central dribble it and make them. That's a bad pass. That's what we want. That's what we want.
Right. Here's Josiah going the other way, finds Chris. Back to Josiah. It was intercepted by Wallen. And here goes Finke. Finke guarded by Suggs, and Kolozhino goes in, gets the easy basket.
See, that's not a normal Chris play. Usually Chris takes that up.
Yeah.
Chris is just not like himself tonight.
Dawson for three was short.
Good hustle.
Josiah the board.
That's a foul. Good hustle by Josiah. Nice tip pass to Devonis and go up strong.
And it was a foul, no doubt, but a nice job from Devonis to sell it further.
Good hustle. If we can out-hustle Central, I feel like win or loss, that's a huge, I mean, you take pride in that. I mean, hustle is huge. Effort.
Devonis knocks down the first. From my observation, I think Central might pull away like really late in the fourth, but I think it's going to hold around 20 points until then. Urbana's just not doing quite enough right now.
You're right, but I feel they can still step it up.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's room to.
I mean, there's still 13 minutes or so left in the game.
Yeah.
I feel like they could get a run at it, but they got to do it quickly. They can't wait around and give up layups like that.
I mean, part of that is just the height that Central has.
Yeah, but that's not really an excuse anymore. I mean, we've always been small, and
right.
Somehow we found a way to win before. It hasn't been for a while, but we found a way to win without height. So
Josiah, big
knocking
three.
down shots like that help.
Yeah, that's right. When I talk about Josiah being clutch, I mean, he knows how to perform in big situations.
Good pass.
Yeah, good defense from Suggs, but he came in too late.
That's a nice pass by Tim Finke.
Yeah. Tim can do it all.
Yeah, he's a good passer. Just a good passer.
Yeah, and here is Fain, no good. And when I praise Tim, that's not just me praising him. You know, ask the coach of Kansas, Oregon, Vanderbilt, Illinois, all these schools that have recruited him. Tim is the best player in Central Illinois, not much doubt.
Central Illinois, yeah, but a little bit out of there. There's some. DeMonte Williams at Manual.
Yeah.
Nico Johnson was at Danville, but he moved to Florida, so
right.
He was a heck of a player.
Of course, Tillman in East St. Louis.
Yeah. And then all those guys up in Chicago.
I mean,
there's endless number of guys that can.
Guys and girls. December 21st, the Tigers girls basketball team takes on Whitney Young. That game on the Tigers Media Network.
Whitney Young's a huge basketball program.
Whitney Young's the bar.
I mean, that's a huge schedule get for Urbana.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a great measuring stick for Coach Menig.
Yeah.
First year of his program.
And I know this isn't girls basketball, but Whitney Young has produced some of the greatest boys basketball players in the country. I mean,
yeah.
Jaleel Okafor.
That's right.
I want to say Cliff Robinson.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure.
I know Derrick Rose went to Simeon.
Yeah, but I can't name off the top of my head right now, but.
And Chris knocks down
Cliff Alexander, not Cliff Robinson.
Cliff Alexander. I know Cliff Alexander is the guy who picked up the Illinois hat and set it down.
I think he went to Whitney Young.
Picked up the Kansas hat.
Anyways, nice play by Chris Dixon to get to the line and knocks down 2 free throws. Maybe that'll.
I mean, the Tigers are hanging in this one. Got to force turnovers or bad shots. I mean, there's no shot clock here.
And that's the beauty of high school basketball. That can work in a good way or a bad way. And it's kind of working in a bad way for the Tigers right now. That's the shot we. Ooh, that was a nice. I was about to say that's a shot we want, but that was a nice. He hit it though, so but that's a shot we want. I mean, we want contested threes.
Carez Anderson is in the game for Urbana. He's a junior. Nice spin move. Carez Anderson, no good. Board to Jamon Carter-Grady. And he gets that one to go. Oh, no.
No.
D inside. Swiss cheese defense from the Tigers, full of holes.
That's bad defense. You can't let that happen.
Ooh, Josiah, nice move. He knocks down the 3. It's 60-42, but the Tigers hanging in there. It would have been easy to quit after the 3 there, and another 3 from Tim. Oh, it's got to be.
Tim Finke.
What can you say?
You can't say much. I mean, him and Josiah are going at it right now, but
Josiah's keeping us in the game right now.
Josiah's got to get some help.
It's got to be frustrating for Urbana right now. If you're on the court,
that's a charge right there. You got to take that charge, and you got to get that rebound. No rebounding.
And that was bad communication from Central. Looked like that was Sam Rossow and Tim that went. They both went up for the board. Messed him up.
Nice defense by Tim Finke.
Look out. Fast break opportunity into, that's Ross. Check that. Doug Wallen. Timeout Urbana. With 1:50 to go, it's a 20-point game.
Well,
well, I'm just, Urbana, Friday night is going to be the real test for Urbana. How do you bounce back from,
I mean, Central's a great team.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
And I'm sure Urbana had high hopes of coming out and trying to string together a huge, this would have been a monumental victory, Joey. I mean, this is I mean.
I want to hesitate. I remember my freshman year, 2 years ago, the Tigers were down 15 at the end of 3-2. Normal West came back and won that game. So I don't want to put it in the books yet, but I'm just thinking ahead.
I'm not putting it in the books. I mean, I think they could still string together something, but it's got to happen fast. I mean, and they got to step up the defense, get some steals, and keep. And Josiah's knocking down shots, but no one else is really consistently knocking down shots. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking because the student body at Urbana, they don't look at it. A high school student the average high school student isn't going to look at this and say, oh, Central's a very good team. They're going to look at it and say, we lost X amount of points to Central. They're going to be upset about it. So Friday night's going to be big to try and get some maybe fans back that you lose. Is going to be my point.
Yeah.
Because you know how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to come off as attacking our fans.
Got to move here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing a 3-2 zone. You got to move here. Matchup zone. Got to move here. Maybe a 2. It's maybe a 2-1-2.
Oh, Josiah just a little bit short. Look out. Wallen goes in. And that's what Doug Wallen does. You're not going to stop him doing that.
I mean, that's great instincts by Wallen to pick up the ball so Josiah, because he knew Josiah was coming.
Good hustle from Chris. Good save. Sorry to cut you off. Here's Colosino. The 2, no good. Board, Chris. Wasn't a board, it was a putback, and the Tigers cut it back to 20.
I wish Chris is such a great player, and he could turn it on and off at any moment.
Yeah.
It's just great when he's on, but
Suggs waiting in the wings for Urbana. He'll check in at the next dead ball. Tim Fader, no good. Board, Jamon Carter-Grady. It's Dawson. Dawson to Chris, who will drive in, draws contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
that's what you got to do. I wish he would have been doing that earlier. Maybe something's wrong with him or something, but that's Chris Dixon at his best. I mean, he's a really good player when he drives to the hole.
And you say he's improved his shooting game.
Yeah,
so
he has.
he'll
We haven't seen it yet, but he's improved.
As Suggs will come in. Looks like Thomas is going to sub in for Chris. Suggs comes in for Perez. And, you know, it's Coach Verdell Jones. It's his first game here at home. So, I mean, we'll see him tweak his offense as the season goes on, tweak his defense a little bit.
That's numerous free throws we've missed. Got to have those. I mean,
yeah, you've got to.
They call them free throws for a reason. Otherwise, they'd just be throws.
That's Jake Beasley, who had himself a nice showing at Central's dunk contest with the slam.
That was a nice pass by
Gill. That's how you do the alley-oop.
That's the second time, I think. Yeah, second time, because he threw it. The first time he threw it to Bailey D.
And Colosino knocks down the 3 at the buzzer. It's a 19-point lead for Central as we approach the 4th. And Stephen has departed. No, he's switching with Jason. Stephen will do the camera for this, the 4th quarter. As the Central cheerleaders take the court. This is one of the first games I've done without my trusty Mountain Dew with me. Usually I have a beverage alongside me, but haven't had anything to drink since tip-off, and you know, I have not noticed a decline in my performance. Now, I will say, before the girls' game we did a few weeks ago, I went to Wendy's. I went to Wendy's before this game as well. So this could be the end of the winning streak in games that I've visited Wendy's prior to tip-off.
Wendy's is underrated, I think.
Wendy's has terrible service if you go through the drive-thru, but more on that at another
It's underrated, I think.
Oh, I like the burgers, no doubt. Here is Suggs going
Drive
through.
by Suggs. Nice bucket. Suggs has had a pretty good game offensively so far. One of the leading scorers.
Tim driving in, can't get it. And here's Josiah Fain.
I don't know what that was.
Fain for 3. Fain knocks it down!
That's a great shot. That's what we need. 14 points, Joy, and the comeback begins.
Well, it would be 4 points larger than the comeback against Normal West I alluded to earlier. But there's certainly some life for the Tigers, and they've forced a Maroon timeout. Real quick, back to Wendy's. I know people who work at Wendy's. I don't want to knock on them. I'd like to think it was one of the deals tonight where it was the system that brought down my experience, not the employees.
You know the best fast food restaurant, Joey?
Taco Bell.
Heck no.
Dairy Queen?
No.
Come on.
Culver's, man.
Oh, I like Culver's.
Culver's is delicious.
Culver's is good. I like Culver's.
Butterburger.
I can respect
those
that.
Concretes.
You're making me hungry.
Those cheese curds.
I guess, yeah.
On point.
I guess knowing you're a Wisconsin guy, I should have guessed Culver's. But, yeah. I like Culver's.
Anyways.
Come on, I ate before the game. You're making me hungry.
Anyways.
I use my debit card freely. Don't make me stop somewhere on the way. Although I'd have to go all the way out to Champaign for Culver's. I don't want to do that.
There's one right down the street.
Is there?
Yeah. Near Savoy.
Oh, well, I'm not going. I live by the highway, by Steak and Shake and Cracker.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's way out of your way.
I'm not doing that.
It'd be nice if they had one near the school.
I've always said they should put a Circle K like right across the street from the gas station. There is a gas station down the street.
They need a fast food restaurant close to the school.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, back to the game.
And nice job getting us back on topic.
Making our viewers a little hungry here.
Oh yeah. Out of bounds, they'll say it's Central ball.
Pressure defense for the Tigers. 7:05 left. Let's see what they're made of, Joey.
Tigers just have to score 2 more points than them every minute. And they'll bring it back.
See what they're made of, Joey.
We'll see.
Because you know Central's going to try and hold the ball. And they're going to get a good shot.
Here's Tim, the pass to
that's
the corner.
a good shot.
Bailey D for 3, and he got it back to 17.
That's huge for Central. I mean, we had the momentum. Now they got it right back.
And looks like they're going to call a foul on Central. I initially thought the call was going to be that Colosimo stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
But they're going to call
The reason we would have gone out of bounds is because the guy blocked him. So
now Urbana's in the
good call by the officials.
Urbana's in the 1-and-1 now. Sorry to cut you off. I didn't realize that Central had 17 fouls, but they do.
This is Urbana only has 1 foul. I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing, obviously, but that's way down from last year. Last year, we would stack up the fouls.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, this game, I mean, it's only 8:45. We've only been here for an hour and 15 minutes of the varsity
And
game.
we started at maybe an hour. I think we started later than 7.
We did start a little bit late, but yeah, I mean, it's been a fast game, which is good because I have a lot of homework that I put off. Get home and do it. And it's this is Wallen to Gill.
Foul and 1.
Foul's going to be on Brian Thomas.
It's a good drive by Gill. Gill's only a junior, so he's going to be a monster next year. And Tim Finke's only a junior.
Tim Finke's only a junior. That's
this team's just going to get better and better.
Now for Urbana, they were a young team last year, but they're not so much of a young team this year. Actually, they've got a lot of young. Okay, they are a fairly young team.
It's hard to believe Tim Finke's a junior. He looks like he could be a freshman in college.
I don't know
if you just looked at him.
I don't know what that haircut is.
Man bun.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's the new thing, and that's.
I mean, I know people who have it. I'm not. It's America. He can do what he wants with his hair, but.
That's a nice trap by Central. Good execution.
Off the foot of a Central player. You would not see me with a man bun. Just throwing that out there. You would not see me with a man bun.
You don't have enough hair for a man bun.
Well, I mean,
I could pull it. I could pull it off. I just don't.
Right.
Not my style.
I hear you. I don't know. I
gotta get it in.
One day I'd like to have a mohawk, but
stop.
That's a dream for another day. Well, there are a lot of different kinds of mohawks. You got the spiky ones. You've got the ones.
Joey, you're not 10.
Okay. No, it's not just a 10-year-old look.
It kind of is.
With the big spike.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I wanted it when I was 10 as well. It's just been a lifelong dream of mine.
Oh. Got to make, I mean, they've lost at least 5 to 8 points off free throws, Joey.
Yeah.
Think 8 points. That's a 12-point game.
That's been a problem with Urbana basketball for years. I mean, that was a problem my freshman year and my sophomore year. Oh, Colosimo driving in.
Goaltending. That's goaltending.
And
that's goaltending.
That did look like goaltending.
That is terrible.
That was a bad
That is
call.
Absolutely terrible.
Blasphemous.
That is absolutely garbage.
And it's...
Nice move by Josiah Fain. But that is absolutely garbage, Joey.
Yeah, that was a bad call. The last game we did here for boys basketball, the Manual game, that awful goaltending call. I mean, the referee of that Manual game was not very good at his job that night.
But that is absolutely garbage. That is terrible.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you how the refs do not. I mean, Urbana never gets any calls. I mean, I hate to. I'm probably being a little biased here, but it's true. I mean, that is obvious.
Calm down a little. I mean, you know.
I mean,
you're right, but I'm just saying, you know.
It's garbage.
I don't know.
I mean, it only makes it 2 points, but if that was a close game, that.
Oh, if it was a close game, I'd be right there with you.
I mean,
I'd storm the court, but it just doesn't make much of a difference at this point.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. Tigers down 24. As the pep band plays in the background. As both teams break huddle. And we get set to go. Big crowd. A game like this, you would have expected some folks to leave, but it's still a packed house here in Urbana. It's not going to be fun leaving with all that traffic, I'll tell you that. And it's Fain. You wouldn't know because I bet you didn't drive here.
No, I did not.
Do you have your license yet?
I do not.
No. Well, I mean, I figured you didn't because you're a sophomore, but some sophomores can get the license. Suggs wide open in the corner. Now he gets the ball, but he's not wide open anymore. Drives in. He stepped out. An odd play. And
Coach Riddell's not going to be happy with this performance.
No, especially because it looked like we could get back into this one.
Yeah.
And now Central's gone on a run.
And it's scary to think Central hasn't played their best. I mean, they have 83 points, and they haven't played their best.
Finke in the corner for three, doesn't get it. Cologeno's had at least 5 rebounds tonight.
He's a great.
Ooh, blocked by Tim, but that looked like there might have been some contact. I don't know about that one. Not the fault of Tim. He wasn't malicious or anything there, but I would have called it.
That's a good no call.
Yeah.
There probably was some contact, but that's a good block.
Suggs says, I'm going to shoot it. No good.
Nice job by Shaw. He just wanted it more there.
Yeah.
And he got rewarded. The and one.
And in will come Jake Beasley for Walker Stillman. .241 seconds left in the game. Tigers down 22. And the rebound goes to Gill. Now it's Finke up the court. That's Beasley, the alley-oop.
He's a high flyer.
He can get up there.
I mean, it doesn't look like he can get up there, but he can get up there, folks.
Cologeno for 3, no good.
That's over the back.
I would say that Jake's a better dunker than Tim from what we've seen here tonight. Now,
yeah.
I don't know what goes on in practice.
I mean.
And what, but
Tim is 6'7" or 6'6", 6'5"?
So I think he's 6'6".
6'6".
And Jake is
6'4". And he's 6'3".
6'3".
So that shows how athletic he is.
Yeah. And here's Fain. Oh, and he lost it. Oh, and it's saved by Chris. And a spin from Josiah. He's going to drive in. There's all sorts of contact, and he gets his own board, and a foul is called. And it'll stick with Urbana.
If there's been one spark tonight, it's been Josiah. He's had a good game, 16 points so far at the line for 2. I mean, he's had a pretty good game tonight. This is the best I've seen him play in a while.
Yeah. Josiah has shown flashes over his years at Urbana High School and at the middle school. And he misses the first.
There's another missed free throw, Joey.
Yeah.
I think they're less than 50% on free throws tonight.
I'd agree with you. There's just no excuse for those. I mean, you should be working on free throws when you walk into practice.
Last 10 minutes of practice.
Yeah.
Free throws, I mean, they're huge.
can work on them at home in your drive. You know, it's just no excuse for missed free throws.
I mean, fatigue probably plays a huge part in that, but it's not like they're short or anything.
Yeah.
And that's been the story of the night right there. Straight line drives, easy looks at the basket,
and for
it results in a foul or a bucket.
Yep.
That's why they have 85 points.
If you're a 1, 2, or 3 in the NBA, for the most part, you've got to shoot at least 70% or you're not going to be in the league for very long.
Oh, unless you're like 7 foot.
Well, yeah.
And
well, I said 1, 2, or 3, you know.
Oh, well,
point
yeah.
shooting guard
Yeah.
or small
Yeah.
forward. It's a little different for big guys. Yeah, Shaq was definitely not on any team for his free throw shooting ability. This is Bailey D at the line, off the front of the rim, no good. Dixon the board to Dawson. I don't know, will be a fun team to watch this year. I'm excited for Friday's game. And I'm excited for next week's
They'll
game
improve.
as well.
Don't get me wrong. Coach Friedel, Coach V will work them hard and correct these mistakes. And I think they have a good shot at Friday's game.
Yep. Well, I mean, Urbana's back when it comes to basketball. Maybe not just yet, but
wait a few years, Joey.
The groundwork is there.
Maybe even next year. I mean, a couple of juniors on the varsity team, and they'll only get better and better. Sophomores coming up.
No kidding. It's just give this team a little time. And the girls' team is
already there.
I would say so.
Within a year.
Oh yeah. Well, you look
when you have a player like Ariel, I mean,
the Duke commit Ariel Scott.
I mean,
that's right. That Duke
makes it easy.
Duke University.
It looks like they've almost given up. I mean, on defense. I mean, everyone wants to score the ball. I mean, that's the problem. No one wants to play defense, but when it's offense, oh yeah, give me the rock. I'm going to score it. That's not something Coach Friedel does not, and that's
a fancy pass from Josiah.
Coach Friedel's pointing to his head. That's mental.
Got to think there.
That's not a smart play.
No, it's not.
I mean, you won't. I mean, yeah, it's just not a smart play.
Now Friday we should have a little room to move. Friday shouldn't be as packed, and I'm very happy.
I mean, I hope it's going to be packed.
Oh yeah.
But you just can't expect this every night.
No, you can't. 5, 6, 700
90
people
points. This is the first time I've ever seen a team put up 90 in a. Urbana did score 100 though at the 104 at the Quincy tournament.
Against either Chicago Sullivan or Chicago Carver, I believe that was. Oh, and a nice slam from Bailey D. Insult to injury at this point, but it's a crosstown rivalry game. What can you expect?
That was a huge slam.
It was a huge slam.
And Bailey D's only a junior.
Yep.
This Central team, believe it or not, is very young.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be good for the next couple years.
Yeah, this will be a fun rivalry to watch as the
4
years go
dunks in the
on.
game, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah, 4. 2 for Bailey D, 2 for Beasley.
Yep. I think Tim might have had one earlier.
I don't think so. He tried, remember?
3, no good. That's DeMonte Billings. If you're Urbana, you just got to keep your emotions in check here. Don't do anything crazy. It is a crosstown rivalry game after all. Colosino, a 3, no good. Going all the way is number 5, Jaden Akins. And up 31 is Central. 47 to go. And that's Suggs. Almost the and one. Drew a foul. It'll go to the line.
You wonder if they're trying to score 100 points?
That could be on their rate. 2 threes and they're there.
It's definitely possible.
Again, we'd like to thank our crew. Jason Liggett, Stephen Thompson. Ricardo Vargas is here, former member of Urbana High School Broadcasting. He's just watching the game tonight, but if we needed him, he's right here. And Suggs, second free throw, good. Abram Washington's in the house somewhere. There he is.
I think the Central team is better than last year.
Oh, no doubt.
I think this is a good team.
Well, I mentioned earlier that I thought they were the best team in the area, and as they missed the three, I still believe that. All the way.
That's been the story of the night right there.
Yep.
Missed opportunities.
Thomas in the corner, it's no good. 10 seconds left. All the way, Jaden Akins almost blocked by Thomas. Less than 5 seconds left. The ball inbounded to Colosino. He gets a shot off at the buzzer. It's no good. And our final score, Central 96, Urbana 65. Miller, what are your thoughts on the game?
Central wanted it a lot more than Urbana did, and I think this is Urbana. They had a lot of pressure on them tonight, but I think they'll learn from their mistakes and grow.
Yep.
And come back at it on Friday and try and take home the W against Peoria Central.
You think they can do it on Friday?
I think they can. I think they can. I think Peoria Central is one of the teams near the bottom of the Big 12, and I think we're much improved, so I think we got a shot.
Right. All right, well, we'd like to thank all our viewers for tuning in, either on the NFHS Network or through Urbana Public Television. For the whole crew, Jason Leggett, Miller Calhoun, Stephen Thompson, I am Joey Wright. Champaign Central victorious tonight. Join us on Friday for more Tigers basketball on the Tigers Media Network.